Hello, it's Miss Andrea here, aka the Barefoot Bombshell, and I wanted to do a video on determining the price to sell your jewelry. A lot of artists are very apprehensive when it comes to numbers. I am completely guilty of this. I do not like to do math. But when it comes to pricing, you are going to have to use a little bit of a formula. Now, the easiest formula you can use is determine your cost and then times that by 4. That's the easiest no-brain formula. It's not the best because one of the factors that we are losing is paying yourself for your time. The two factors that I think is very important in determining a price for your jewelry is your cost and your time. Now, when I think of jewelry and I think of cost, innately I just think of the beads or the wires or whatever it takes to make the jewelry. I don't really think of the time that it took to make. I don't think about the trip to the post office. I don't think about the packaging, but that is very important in determining your price as well. So let's say with all of that, I determined that it cost me $6 to make a pair of earrings. I would basically do $6 times 4, and I could say I'm going to charge $24 for my pair of handmade earrings. Now, the problem is, like I said, I still haven't paid myself for my time. So let's say I determined that I want to make a minimum of $11 an hour, and it took me 30 minutes to make those earrings. So that means that I've got a $5.50 time cost that I need to pay myself. So that earring goes from being $24 to now $29.50. Now you might think, oh my gosh, Miss Andrea, I cannot sell my earrings for $30. I don't know if people will pay that much. That might be the case. I don't know what your product looks like. I don't know what your market is. If that is the case, where you feel like that $30 is too much, you need to do something. What you need to do, find a way to reduce your costs. Is there a way that you can get cheaper materials? Is there a way that you can create a simpler design that doesn't use as many materials? Maybe you only are going to ship items at a minimum order amount. You're not going to run to the post office because someone ordered one pair of earrings. You might have to determine some different things to reduce your costs. Maybe instead of going to the post office 5 times a week, you only ship on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so that way you're saving the gas, burning, running to the post office. Do something to reduce the cost. Don't stop paying yourself for your time. That's what artists always do, is they never factor in their time and they wonder why they're not making any money. You do not have to be a starving artist. You can make money with your artistry, but you have to learn how to value your work, okay? So let's say I've got my earrings and I know that I need to charge $30, and I say, you know what? There are customers out there that really can't afford to pay $30 for these earrings. What am I going to do? Well, another thing that you can do is you can create multiple lines within your jewelry collection. You can have a very simple basic jewelry line that you can sell for $8. Then you can have a medium line within your collection that you can sell for maybe $15. And then you can have your really interesting intricate pieces for your line that range anywhere from $30 on up. That's something that you can do as well. But what you definitely don't want to do is take that lovely, beautiful $29.50 pair of earrings and sell them for $11, because you might make the sale, but you're not going to be able to stay in business. Opening a business is easy. Keeping a business open, that takes a little bit more maneuvering and finagling on your part. And a lot of times it's how you present an item that determines the price that it will yield, okay? Every customer is not your customer. If there's someone that likes to shop at the dollar store, they might not appreciate your artistry, but that's not your customer. Don't let that person dissuade you from valuing your art and sticking to it till you find the customer who appreciates your pieces of jewelry, okay? So those are some things that you want to think about in price. And you know, I go to a lot of farmers markets and I go to a lot of flea markets, all kinds of different things, and you see someone who has amazing pieces of jewelry. They've got a super low price and still nobody's buying them. And then you see some other artist a few tables down that has some interesting pieces. The price is kind of high and she's got all these women trying on stuff and selling it, and you're like, what? Why is one selling and one not selling? Well, probably the person that's got the super low prices, she's undervalued herself. And when she undervalued herself, she doesn't really have that motivation. She feels a little insecure, and she's putting out that vibe. So when someone comes up to you and says, oh my gosh, I love those earrings, how much do they cost? Instead of doing this, well, you know, they're going to be $29. I know it's a lot, but you know, that's kind of how much I have to sell them for. I can't tell you how many people I have seen do that, and it doesn't make people want to buy your earrings. Then you see someone else, you know, I like those earrings, how much are they? And they say, you know what, I only made one pair of these earrings, I absolutely love them, color is so beautiful, look at these agate chips and how bright the color is. There's no other pair like this. I'd keep them myself, and I'm only selling these earrings for just 29 bucks. That's it? Oh yeah, I'll definitely get them. That attitude is a factor as well. So learn to value your work and learn to set a price so you can stay in business. Determine your cost and pay yourself for your time. That's the formula that I would say. Your cost times 4, pay yourself for your time. Set your hourly rate. And when you work on a pair of earrings or a necklace, write down what time it is when you start the work, and then write down what time it is when you finish. And that's how you determine your price. And trust me, the customers for you will come. They will come. You know, when I first started making jewelry, I was probably 12 years old, and I would sell my jewelry to my friends. And they were like me, they didn't have a lot of money and whatnot, and every time I got my allowance I was buying more beads and different things like that, but I never had any money. I had money to buy my beads, but I never had anything extra to really invest back into the business. And when I really sat down and determined what my cost should be with my mother, who's very good at math, I realized that I couldn't really sell to my little friends anymore. And what I started doing was saying, Mom, can you take these earrings to your job and see if someone wants to sell it, to buy it? And she started doing that, and I found a different customer base for my earrings. And then I was able to buy my materials, but I was also able to put some money aside to invest back in the business. So, you know, I enjoy making jewelry myself. I made the earrings I have on right now. I'm an artistic person, but I definitely want you to know that you don't have to be a starving artist. Pay yourself for your cost, pay yourself for your time, and that's the formula that I would use in pricing jewelry. All right, take care. Bye-bye.